Covid-19 has affected many sectors of Brazilian society, but Brazilian children have largely been considered to be safe from the pandemic. And yet, research shows that the coronavirus crisis has had a significant mental health impact on Brazil's kids. Scientists from the Federal University of Minas Gerais carried out a study to investigate the impact of the Covid-19 pandemic on Brazilian school children. Many of the results were similar to those seen in other countries. Brazilian children faced difficulties adjusting to social isolation, grieving for deceased friends and family members, as well as transitioning to distance learning. But some results were specific to Brazil. For example, the first results focused on the closure of schools and adaptation to online classes. Researchers spoke to over 2,200 volunteers between 8 and 12 years old. In Brazil, about 30% of homes do not have an internet connection. Most of these households are in vulnerable areas such as favelas. In comparison, only about 6% of US households don't have an internet connection. And this doesn't factor in other forms of vulnerability, such as parental unemployment, food insecurity, and domestic violence. In the state of Rio de Janeiro alone, reports of violence against children increased 50% during the pandemic. Researchers were also particularly touched by how aware children are to the diverse impacts of the pandemic. For example, 89% of children said they were abiding by isolation rules, and 30% of them said they followed social distancing out of a sense of collectivity and solidarity. In the words of Isa Rodrigues da Luz, one of the study's coordinators, the majority of the child participants showed knowledge of the diverse impacts the pandemic can have on society, demonstrating concern about unemployment among family members and friends, the health risk to their loved ones, and awareness about the need to adhere to social isolation to stop the disease transmission and save lives. One of the researchers' most pressing demands is for the creation of projects centred around listening to children and their different forms of expression. Do you want to find out more? Read the full article at Brazilian.report. Like, comment and share for more videos on life in Brazil.